All right.
Okay.
You ready?
I am so ready.
Am I starting?
Well, you're going to read the question.
Okay.
So just start us off as usual, and I'll.
Welcome to the Pastor's Buzz. We are so thrilled to be digitally connecting with you right now through the power of iPhones and Androids everywhere.
Yes.
So, anyway, we have wonderful questions ready. This particular question, this is a three-parter. So someone was going for extra credit when they wrote this question. But
A lot of deep thinking.
deep thinkers. We are a community of deep thinkers. So here we go. Is marriage really until death do us part? Quotations there. If so, then how will we be a family together in heaven? And if your spouse dies and you remarry, who are you with in heaven?
Well, I'll give it a.
Let's have a bit of fog chaser on
that
I'm
one.
going to chase the fog away for that question.
It is actually is a question that my mother, who married for the second time after my dad had been gone for 30 years, dead, not just gone. Start again.
No, we don't get to start again. This is the Pastor's Buzz live, right?
Passed away.
Yeah, come on.
And she actually asked her pastor that question, and it's first of all,
She can't hold it together for this.
I know first of all, it's one of those questions that Jesus actually does give us some insight into, because it's literally asked kind of as a trick question. I don't think this was a trick question for us, but it was kind of a trick question that he.
I did say they were allowed to try to stump us.
Yeah, well, so they tried to stump Jesus. So it's by the Pharisees about somebody dies, the law says the one brother marries her, he dies, the next brother, so over and over again.
Yada, yada.
Yada, yada. And Jesus basically says, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. That will not be the way heaven is. It's not based on the kind of patterns and relationships we have on earth. That he says we will all be, he uses the words, like angels. And so it's just kind of interesting. But is it dealt to us part? That's our greatest hope. I think that is the model of that kind of unconditional, unbroken love that God would have for us in general. And when it involves somebody dying, I think it's great to be able to remarry. Even when somebody's just gone, there's still God's grace makes room for that as well.
Just to be clear, you're not telling the person who wrote this question that they're missing the point, are you?
I don't think so. Am I? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it is such a common pattern of not only losing spouses to death, but with divorce. It's really, I do think it's an issue people grapple with.
Depending on how many divorces you've had, you grapple with it in varying degrees, right?
And I have had people say to me, that's when, the believing that God's best is a love that is continuous and continues to deepen. And we know we live in a broken world full of broken people, and that's where God's grace can prevail. But according to Jesus, if we just keep marrying brothers,
yeah, okay, yeah,
after they die,
keep it in the family, right? That's the point.
Family, we're missing the point that's not the way the kingdom of heaven will be. It will be one family. Mm-hmm. We are God's children, one family. So that's the best I can do.
It's pretty good. I was gonna say that it can be difficult for us to take our experience today here on earth, and we want to try to translate that as much as possible into an eternal future. And some things, and I think that's what Jesus was saying, just don't translate for us. We can't even imagine, like, in heaven, the whole nature of relationship as we know it changes, right? Because although we have great relationships here, much of it is still filled with brokenness, like death, like divorce, and our hope is in heaven. All that gets redefined.
Yep.
And God has a way of bringing us all into a relationship in a way that we can't even imagine.
Right.
So,
Right. And I like it that Jesus says we're all going to be like angels. So there you
bring
go.
it on. I need more angelic qualities
Exactly.
for myself, for sure.
Exactly. Good question.
Great question.
A good question that I think, again, more people grapple with that than really want to admit it.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Yeah. No, this is a lot of these questions. What's great is they're sort of it's the stuff that nobody really wants to say
right.
out loud,
That's
but
right.
everybody is thinking about. So,
Yep.
anyway, yeah, is marriage really until death do us part? I guess.
It is
until
it's not.
until it's not. Yeah.
That's God's best.
That's God's best.
That's God's
Perfect.
best. And after death, can you love again? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, you heard it from her lips. Absolutely. Love again.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you all for joining us for just
That's what my mother would say.
that.
I'm
And
just saying.
I'm not arguing with your mother ever. So I've heard stories. Anyway, thank you all for joining us for another episode of the Pastor's Buzz. We will catch you
Later.
later.